Hello, everyone. This is Hope from Pros Before Bros. I try to keep it a goal to do my filming over the weekend. That way, you guys have some content to watch. I don't have an excuse, really. The only excuse I have that is somewhat feasible is I had to work overtime like every single day last week. Monday was like the worst. I worked, I think, a 15-hour shift. So by the time I came home, I was just done. And oddly enough, even though it was Monday, it just like seemed to screw up the whole entire week. So don't really have an excuse. I do apologize for the delay, but I'm going to be hammering out a couple videos here tonight just to kind of touch base on some books I read, and also some books I picked up on a previous haul. My voice, it's killing me. Um, but I did a previous haul. Well, I have a haul now to show you guys. Yeah, cannot talk. If you guys remember, I did an unhaul last week and took some of my books onto half price books. And shockingly enough, I got a decent amount back from them. So I went ahead and traded up some books. And yeah, now I got more books I have to read, go figure. But enough of that. Let's talk about the first video I want to do, and that is unboxing of baggings. Oh my god. I came home, I had two packages on the coffee table my husband picked up for me. And the first one is this lovely gem here. This is Murphy's, from Murphy's Used Books and Media out of Kettering, Ohio. You'll probably recall that I did a couple hauls in the past with them, and I still haven't put up that live video. I really got to put up the video of me doing a tour there. But it's a local bookstore that is in Kettering, which is like a suburb of Dayton, Ohio. And it's owned by this guy named Greg. He's really, really cool, and he's just kind of starting up. And usually the books range between $1 to $5 at the very most. Some rarities there, here and there, for like $10, if that. He recently started up his own book bag program, which is going to be like a monthly subscription. And I think you get, I want to say it's either 4 books or 5 books for $15 each month. It's freaking heavy. So I can't wait to open that. And then I also did a trial and error sort of situation with Bookcase.com. I was with them a while back ago before I even did BookTube. Decided to drop them because at that time the books just wasn't that great. But then they decided that they were going to run a YA selection as well. And I'm kind of curious to see what their YA has. So I'll be opening both of those today with you. So the first one I'm going to open is going to be the Bookcase one because I believe it's only 2 books. And like I said, his feels like it's pretty darn heavy. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that one for last. So yeah, let's just crack into here. Now, you guys know my whole thing is I usually test out the book boxes for about 2 months. I think Owl Crate was the one that I did the longer running for. And then I just kind of determine what other book boxes I want to try at that point. Because let's just be real, book boxes can be expensive. They can be very costly. I happened to try the Bookcase out on a trial, I believe. I think it's still going. If you have a code for it, it's like I think it's 15% off. I want to say it's 15% off. It's like FB15 is the code that you would put inside the coupon box, and it takes 15% off the order, which I think roughly came out to, I don't know, $14. So yeah, I only try a couple at a time because, might as well. And I do have another box coming from Second Star. I'm really excited about that one, but let's go ahead and I'm trying not to look. I want to be surprised. All right. So the first book we got is Changes in Latitudes. And it looks like this is by, excuse me, my goodness, Jen Malone. And again, this is the YA selections that they have. So just reading the back, it says all Cassie wants is to get some solid ground under her following the shock of her parents' divorce. So when she learns of her mother's plans to take Cass and her brother Drew on a 4-month sailing trip from Oregon to Mexico, she's stunned. There is absolutely nothing solid about the Pacific Ocean. All right. Cassie is furious and nervous. It's been hard enough keeping Drew sheltered from what Cassie knows about their mother's role in breaking their family apart, but living in such close quarters threatens to push her anger past a tipping point. Enter Jonah, a whip-smart deckhead. I almost read that totally wrong. Don't judge me. Who's as gorgeous as he is flirtatious. Cassie tries to keep him at a distance, but the more time they spend together wandering San Francisco, riding beachside roller coasters, and exploring the California coastline, the harder it is to fight the attraction. Cassie wants to let herself go, but her parents' split has left her feeling adrift in sea of questions. Haha, puns. She can't even begin to answer. Can she forgive her mom? Will home ever feel the same? Should she take a chance on Jonah? With life's unpredictable tides working against her, Cassie must decide whether to swim against them or dive right in. So that's the cover of that. It sounds okay. Yeah, it sounds okay. The only thing that is kind of, I don't know what it is, but when I hear something about like a 4-month cruise or anything like that, it just, I don't know. Like, do these people have jobs? This mom has to have some sort of job, right? I mean, I know that there's times that I'm allowed to work remotely in my house from my office, but that's like one day out of the week, month, like that's like a one-time situation. So yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be questioning the reliability of everything. And it's funny because if you guys watched the live show with me and Tamara, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, that was like our biggest pet peeves is like the reality check that comes with these books. So I don't know. It might be great. We'll see. I'll take a look. Maybe she's getting huge alimony. Who knows? All right. Next book inside the box. This is the last of the bookcase. Is The Glass Arrow. And let's see. Females are scarce, hunted, and Aya's luck is about to run out. So it does look like it might be a fantasy. And I knew that was kind of a risk I was going to be taking. If you guys remember in a couple videos ago, I said I was kind of feeling a little bit over fantasy right now. Like, I love fantasy. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it could be just too much. And I think a lot of the book subscriptions focus so heavily on them nowadays. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I would just like some contemporaries, maybe, some historical fiction. But it's okay. It's okay. Let me just take a look at this. It might be a great novel. So it's by Kristen Simmons. Kristen Simmons. I was going to say, is it Kirsten or Kristen? Let's see. Once there was a time when men and women lived as equals, when girl babies were valued and women could belong only to themselves. But that was 10 generations ago. Now women are property to be sold and owned and bred, while a strict census keeps girls manageable and under control. The best any girl can hope for, is to end up as some man's forever wife. Oh gosh. Forever wife, it reminds me of like forever home for like a dog or a cat. That's kind of depressing. But most are simply sold and resold until they are used up. Only in the wilderness away from the city can true freedom be found. Aya has spent her whole life in the mountains looking out for family and hiding from the world until the day the trackers finally catch her. Stolen from her home and being groomed for auction, Aya is desperate to escape her fate and return to her family, but only but her only allies are a loyal wolf she's raised from a pup and a strange mute boy who may be her best hope for freedom, if she can truly trust him. Okay. It doesn't sound too bad. It actually sounds like I would probably like this, considering the fact that I really like. It reminds me a lot of The Handmaid's Tale a little bit. It's kind of got that Handmaid's Tale vibe. And I found that concept very interesting. So it might be worth the read. I'm going to take it. That's okay. So yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. And as I was reading that, I realized I do have another book box. I forgot to cancel my stupid book by the month box again. But I'm excited because they are actually releasing a couple new books in there that I was really into, and now I can't remember what those books are called, but it should be coming. I'll unwrap it with you guys. That way you guys could take a look at it, or box it. There we go. All right. So the big one. This is Murphy's. And I believe he's just doing this as a trial run right now. He said that demand was really high, and he has closed down orders for the time being. But if he does open it back up, I'll be happy to pass that information on to you guys if you want to check his stuff out. Like I said, it's based out of Kettering, Ohio. But I believe he said that he is okay with doing shipping across the United States too. So this is some damn good packing. Good job, Greg. Greg and his elves. That's what he likes to call them. His little book elves. So, let's see. I think I can. And I did it! Oh my god. There's a crap ton of books in here. Okay. So, evidently it's 5 books. And just a heads up, if you guys are interested in doing this, most of the books, if not all of them, are used. But he does take gently used items. He doesn't like to take anything that looks like it's been to hell and back. Very rare do I see anything that's been beaten up pretty bad. Like sometimes mass market will be beaten up pretty bad. But he's very selective about that stuff. So, alright. I put them all face down so I don't, mess myself up here. Oh, this is sweet. He is so awesome. If you guys can sign up for his mailing list, you really should. He's just so funny and charismatic. He sends out a lot of emails, talking about deals, talking about books he's read. He's just really awesome, and he's really for community-driven, grassroots stuff. So, he sent this little note here. If you guys can see that. It says, "Hey friend, my name is Greg Murphy, and on behalf of myself and the entire Murphy's family, I wanted to say thank you so much for believing in us and taking advantage of this special offer." So he did this kind of as a test run, like I said. "Our mission is to change the world by keeping books out of landfills. Can't talk. And we need to support the people like you to make that happen. We need the support of people like you to make that happen. Enclosed, you'll find your book order, chosen specifically for you by our staff of amazing book elves. We worked really hard based on the information you gave us in your assessment to get you titles we thought you'd love." And of course, he always puts his emails in there. You can email him directly. He's really cool. I've talked to him quite a few times. And of course, you can always go to his website and check him out. And that's www.murphysusedbooks.com. So, like I said, this is $15 a month. And let's see here. It looks like he gave me quite a bit. It looks like 5 books altogether. So, let's see what we got. Now, the assessment, what happens is after you sign up, they send you like an assessment a couple minutes later, and you kind of tell them, what genres you're into, your favorite authors, favorite books. So I told him, if I remember correctly, I think I told him and his book elves that I was really into true crime. I was really into YA contemporary. I think I gave him a bunch of different ones. I kind of gave hints here and there what I like. So let's see what we got here. So this is one that I don't think I have anymore. I used to have it. I used to have it quite a bit ago, and I never got a chance to read it. I'm not sure. I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm going to give it a shot. I trust Greg. So this one is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libra Bray. I think I did put on there that I was a fan of like historical fiction as well. So what else did I say? I'm trying to remember all the things that I put on there. I think I said that I had that I liked like books by Cassandra Clare, some books by Libra Bray as well. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see what the second book is. All right, A Mother's Reckoning: Living in the Aftermath of Tragedy by Sue Kebold. Oh wow. This actually looks like one I would like to read. And I never even realized she wrote a book. So this is the book. This book is written by one of the mothers of one of the Columbine shooters back in 1999. I believe it was Dylan. Yes. So it was Dylan. He was one of the people that instrumented the shooting of the Columbine high school massacre. So I didn't realize she had a book. I've seen her interviews, and I don't know why I never noticed that she had a book out there. So I'm actually really excited about reading this because she is a very interesting person, and she had so much to offer after this tragic event. I mean, it's tragic because her son turned out to be one of the most hated people after that. Like everybody was angry with him, and she was probably going through that same thing while dealing with the stage of grief because she lost her son in the process. So she's got a lot of interesting facets that I'm sure that she is going to discuss in this book. So very good, Greg, and your book, Els. You guys did awesome so far. So next book here. What's this? Don't Let the Dogs Out Tonight. And this is by Alexandra Fuller. So let's see what this is about. I think I did put memoirs on here, if I remember right. Oh, this looks like it's going to be good. And Don't Let the Dogs Out Tonight, Alexandra Fuller remembers her African childhood with candor and sensitivity. Though it is a diary of an unruly life and an often inhospitable place. I'm dealing with not being able to talk and not being able to read. I can't wait to go to the eye doctor this Friday. So it is suffused with Fuller's endearing ability to find laughter even when there is little to celebrate. Fuller's debut is unsentimental and unflinching, but always captivating. In wry and sometimes hilarious prose, she stares down disaster and looks back with rage and love at the life of the extraordinary family in an extraordinary time. So yeah, this one looks like it's going to be good too. I love reading these kind of books of people that probably are incredibly famous, and they're just writing about their daily life or what they grew up with. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, next book. Okay, Girl 15, Charming but Insane. What's this one about? So it looks like it is also a teen book. And as you can tell, the stickers are still on there from the store. So, your bum is great, cried Flora. That's how it starts. Like any self-respecting girl her age just wants to be devastatingly gorgeous, popular, intelligent. But unfortunately, her best friend Flora has beaten her to it. Now Jess needs a new focus. The stunningly gorgeous Ben Jones. Ooh. Seems, I think I went to college with a Ben Jones. Okay, hopefully I could get that one out of my head. Seems the obvious choice, But can Ben Jones focus on anything that takes longer than a free kick? Perhaps Fred, who's sweet and clever but really needs a haircut, will help Jess through her teen life crisis. But what of Flora's long held secret? But what of Flora's. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that wording. Okay, we'll just pass that. But this is by Sue Lim, like Lim. And it looks like. I wonder what year this is. To find out. I must know. 2004. It kind of looks like she's holding a VHS tape, does it not? I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. All right, and the last book. Ready? Let's see what it is. Last book is The Lost Art of Keeping Secrets. And I think I've seen this book somewhere. It's a novel by Eva Rice. Ooh, I kind of like this. And this actually reminds me, I did put in there that I like retro vintage stuff. So obviously they did really good at finding stuff that I like. Welcome to the world of fashionable parties and romantic entanglements in the 1950s London. Ooh. When Penelope Wallace meets the stylish yet spirited Charlotte Ferris, she is swept off her feet and into a world of high society. Penelope lives in the shadow of her incredibly glamorous widowed mother, in an enormous mansion known as Magna, which the family can no longer afford. But to Charlotte and her handsome cousin Harry, got the hiccups too. She is just what they have been looking for. Okay? By agreeing to accompany Harry to the party to make his American ex-girlfriend jealous, Penelope crosses a threshold that changes her forever, even as London itself is changing. Oh, I'm excited about this one. So, yeah, that's the cover. So, yeah, I think overall, Greg's box was the winner. Because they put in a lot of detail. Again, I don't know when they're going to be opening this back up. He said he got an overwhelming amount of response on it. But I'm really excited about it. I hope he does continue it because I think he's got something here. And if he does open it back up to you guys, I want to encourage you wholeheartedly to sign up and take a look at what he has to offer. Like I said, I hang out at his bookstore quite a bit, to be honest with you. And every time I go, I always find something, even when I'm not looking. And it's so funny because my dad is actually hooked on it now. Last time I went to visit him, he was talking like a mile a minute about this bookstore. And he's not a big reader like I am. So I was really happy to see that he found a niche that he can enjoy there as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these particular books. Bookcase did okay. I gotta test them out another month to see how I really feel about them. But I definitely think Greg is going to be a keeper, at least for a while. So let me know what you guys think below. If you guys have a particular box that you absolutely love, feel free to recommend those below. Or if you just want me to test them out, I'll try to do that as well. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. And you guys have a good evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.